A survivor of the Hiroshima atomic bomb has warned Sky News he believes the world is on the brink of nuclear disaster. His words come as tensions rise between nuclear-armed nations 8 decades on from the United States' historic attack on Japan. Our Asia correspondent Stash Butler reports from Hiroshima.
A lone B-29 was over Hiroshima carrying an atomic bomb.
One clear morning in 1945, a single weapon changed warfare for good. An attack that wiped out a city. Around 140,000 people were killed in the US assault on Hiroshima. In the 80 years since the bombings here and in Nagasaki, nuclear weapons have not been used again. But survivors of humanity's first atomic apocalypse fear that peace may not hold. One of those survivors is retired journalist Satoshi Tanaka, who was just a year old when the bomb went off. Living with his mother and father, Tanaka was outside the city when the weapon was dropped. But he was carried into Hiroshima's ruins by his mother to search for her family, whose home was 400 meters from the blast. Tanaka was too young to remember her tending to the survivors' wounds, but family stories and photographs record the horror he faced.
The deceased were placed in a corner of the schoolyard. One after another, they passed away. Many people were piled up, doused with oil, and burned one after another. It was the hot summer, so the bodies couldn't be decomposed. 4 members of my family were also burnt there. We didn't know about radiation or the atomic bomb. As a result, I've had 6 cancers, gone through surgery, and been in and out of hospital. And right now, I'm being treated as an outpatient.
Now 81, Tanaka looks back on his childhood in the wasteland of Hiroshima as a lesson to today's world leaders making nuclear threats.
When you think about the world right now and the risk that nuclear weapons might be used again, what worries you the most?
The world has become so dangerous. Despite our appeals, the world is moving in the opposite direction. The people we need to listen the most are Putin, Trump, and the people of Israel, who are turning away. We must recognize that humanity is in a crisis, on the brink of disaster.
It's a stark warning 8 decades on from Hiroshima's destruction. Flashpoints in Ukraine, the Middle East and Kashmir have drawn in nuclear-armed nations, and the tensions are heightened by a new concerning trend.
The number of nuclear warheads worldwide has fallen massively since the end of the Cold War, but the nuclear states still have about 12,000 of them, and analysts say that number could be about to rise.
Among them is former Australian Labour MP turned anti-nuclear campaigner Melissa Park, who says a new global arms race is now underway. Abolishing the weapons, she says, is the only safety guarantee.
You can't deter accidents and miscalculations and unhinged leaders and cyber attacks. There can be a failure of deterrence at any moment. And if that happens, the world will die.
But as night falls, the nuclear power's failure to disarm weighs over the city. Lanterns laying in memory of the dead have not put fears of a new conflict to rest.
I do feel anxious. 80 years ago, the atomic bomb was dropped, and the people of Hiroshima suffered terribly. So I don't want anyone else to go through the same thing.
I don't think it will happen in Japan, but there are still wars going on in other countries, such as Russia and Ukraine, so I am concerned about those places. I don't think we live in a world where we can feel completely safe.
I think that it's important for Americans to come here and to see exactly what these people experienced as a result of that weapon. We have to know our own history. It's important. Otherwise, we will just keep making the same mistakes over and over again.
It's the dark, growing worry behind the lights of this city that the tragedy that unfolded here could strike once more. Stash Butler, Sky News, Hiroshima.